Hi.
Hello, hi guys.
Hello,
How are we all
everyone.
doing? Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Hello, J Dean.
Hello. Hello, Liam. How are you? And maybe hello to my mum because I think she likes to watch these.
Okay. Hello, J Dean. What's your mum's name?
Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Yes, we're
Hello,
doing a
Lisa.
family shout out.
You must be
Okay.
very proud of your. You must be very proud of your daughter's career as a teacher slash YouTuber.
Yes, yes, I'm becoming famous, mother. Finally.
I told you
Finally.
it would happen.
We were just waiting for the day.
Absolutely.
Some people try to be famous. Other people, like me, it's just been given to me. I've just been put in this situation,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. Exactly.
I'm taking it. Yes. So,
Absolutely. You've had it
for
thrust upon you, to quote Shakespeare.
exactly for everybody watching, all one person of you, please introduce yourselves and let
Yes.
us know where you are from, where you are now, and which Maya school you go to. Because this week we've even had some students outside of Italy. I had a French student. Yes.
Oh, get you.
World famous.
We did, yeah. We've had students joining us, I think, from Spain, from France, and from Italy, and apparently from Lisa's mum's house. So this is very cool.
Yay.
All
Yes,
right, so
Lisa's
guys,
mum's house.
sorry, Jadine's mum's house. I'm sorry, Jadine's mum is Lisa. So yeah, guys,
Exactly.
I'll introduce myself first. Many of you have probably met me already watching these webinars, but for those of you who haven't yet had the pleasure, my name is Liam. I'm 30 years old and I come from Manchester in the United Kingdom. Okay, and as you can see,
I've
Jadine,
joined you.
little whippet that she is all of 24 years old.
Yes, yes, that's going to change next week, though.
Is it your birthday next week,
Isolation
JD?
birthday, isolation birthday.
Oh, I can't wait for you to go and cheers in the bathroom mirror to make it look like you have friends at your house.
Cheers. Cheers. Or maybe I'll organize a giant Skype session. Everyone I know, Skype me for my
We
birthday.
will.
Or maybe I'll work and you'll watch me give another webinar. Who knows?
I mean, you might as well make some money if it's your birthday.
It's true. It's true. So anyway, we've had enough of a ramble. And a ramble is just a pointless conversation.
Is,
Introduce
is there any other
yourself.
kind? Is there any other kind with me? I mean,
I'm learning. I'm learning. But yes, please introduce yourselves.
yes.
And we will start with our focus activity today, the levels 1 to 3, which is on free time and hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! So,
Exactly. So free
Liam,
time.
what's the difference between a free time and a hobby?
Sure. So free time just refers to the time in the day, in the week, when you are not required, you are not obliged to work or to study. So it is the time that you have for yourself. It is your own free time. Okay.
Wow.
And a hobby is an activity which you do in your free time.
Ah, I
Okay.
see.
So the free
So
time, yeah, tell
if
me.
if I have an activity, for example, now these webinars, giving webinars is an activity.
Yeah.
Is this a hobby of mine?
No, this is not a hobby because this is your job. This is what you are paid to do by your
Okay.
employer. Okay, so I
Okay.
mean, you could, in a different situation, give a different webinar. Could be about cooking, for example. That could be a hobby. But when it's something you do for your job, when it's something you do for your
Oh,
job or your education, we would not say that that is a hobby.
Okay. So also you don't get paid to do a hobby.
Not unless you are very, very fortunate. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think we can divide if we want a simplistic division and definition, you've got your job or your education and your hobbies. These are essentially the two activities that take up your time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have another question. Can a
Yes.
hobby be doing nothing? Because I've been doing a lot of nothing lately. Is this
I
a
think
hobby?
I think that traditionally, I mean, when people say they're doing nothing, I mean, I always feel like they're at least doing something, even if it's just on their phone, for example. But yes,
Okay.
because a hobby it could just be something like lying down or relaxing, or, it could just be anything. It doesn't have to be bike riding or running. So yeah, when we
Okay.
say doing nothing is a synonym essentially for relaxing. So yes, I think we can say that doing nothing is a hobby.
Okay. Okay. Well, then in that case, I relax a lot in my free time. I have many a relaxing hobby. Okay. So
All
in
right,
this
fantastic.
focus activity, we will be looking at favorite hobbies. So
Hmm.
favorite is the one you like the best or the most. Looking at likes and things that we don't like, or another way to say this is a dislike, and asking questions. Okay, so we have a
Yeah,
lot to cover in today's webinar.
we do.
So, free
All right.
time activities. What do you do in your free time? And Liam, you can answer this
Yes,
for me. So, do
sure.
you watch movies in your free time?
I certainly do. Yeah, I think for me, in my free time, if I had to think of a list of my favorite activities to do in my free time, I
Mhm.
would say I like to watch films.
Okay.
I like to watch TV. I like to read. I like to bake. I like to
Okay.
cook, and I like to play video games.
Okay, so what is the difference between to bake and to cook?
I had the worst feeling you were going to ask. Yes. So, cooking is a general word. Okay. Cooking is the general word for preparing food to eat. But
Okay.
there are different ways, different methods, different modes of cooking. And one of them is baking.
Okay.
And baking is the verb we use when we talk about preparing foods like bread, pizza, cake, focaccia, pie, anything that involves using a dough or a pastry involves being baked.
Okay, that is a very good definition of being dough or pastry. It's so good, I copied it word for word. Except for focaccia, which I could not spell.
It's all right. Focaccia's, you know what? It's a bread, so it's covered.
Okay, I also have another question
Tell
because,
me.
well, not so much a question, but something that maybe you can explain better than me. I often hear students saying they like to look at films or look at TV. But is this
Yes.
something that we say? Do we say I like to look at a movie?
No, we don't. But it's a very good question because it's a really common mistake. But
Yeah.
the good news is it's an easy mistake to fix.
Okay,
Because
good.
To look is simply to give visual attention to something. Okay. It refers to looking at something is when you turn your eyes and you direct your eyes at an object. For example, if I say, look at my hand, you can simply direct your eyes to look at my hand.
Okay.
Okay. So things we can look at, for example, would be, let's say you go to the Louvre in Paris when it's open, when things are normal. You can look at the Mona Lisa because the Mona Lisa is static. The Mona Lisa is not moving, it is not interactive, it does not do anything. So you can look at something. To watch is the word we want when we talk about films and TV. To watch something is to watch when something happens. Watching refers to giving attention to an action. For example, you watch a film, you watch the news, you watch a football match, but you look at a painting, for example.
Okay.
For example, at the moment, if I want the students to give their attention to the slide where it says free time activities, I would tell the students, look at the screen because
Okay.
nothing is happening on the screen. So I would use look at.
Okay. Good. That's a really good point. Um, so one other question, which maybe this is quite obvious, um, but do we say then to watch a book or to look at a book?
No. For
Because
a book,
we have an action, but we're doing the action and the book is staying still.
sure. But the action for a book, when you open the book and you process the information, that verb is to read.
Okay, so
Okay?
we always say to read a book, not to watch
We
or to
do.
look at a book. Okay,
Well,
okay.
we can look at a book, for example, in a bookshop or in a library. You could, for example, take a book, take
Hmm.
it in your hands. You can look at it if you look at, say, the front or the back.
Okay,
You
okay,
can look at it, but that's not taking in the information. If you
okay,
open the book and take the information, you are reading it.
okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to understand and clarify all of that.
It
So,
really is really good. And thank you for asking because it's good because I know a lot of students, we know a lot of students do wonder about this. They do have questions about the right verb for the right activity.
yeah, so that's good. We can go through some of those. So on this list, you said two on this list that you said you liked, which was to watch movies, and also you said to play video games, which
Yes,
I think are the same really as computer games, except
they
that a
are.
computer game is on a computer, but you would use them in the same way.
Yeah, I think even if you're talking about a PlayStation or an Xbox, you still say computer.
Okay.
So yeah, those are some of my hobbies. Jadine, what about you? What do you do in your free time?
What do I do? So
What
many
don't I do?
things. Actually, that would probably be a longer list. But no, I like to do some sports. So I like
Okay.
to play. I like to play sports. Um,
Which
I also
sports?
I like to go climbing. Climbing.
Yes, you mentioned this in another focus you and I did.
Yes, I'm not very good, but I enjoy it. Maybe
Cool.
because everyone is busy looking at themselves, that no one is looking at me. So that might be why.
Very good.
I also like to go out with my friends and
Okay.
I like to travel. So on that list, is there anything other than that list? I like to read.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I would add, I like to go out with my friends because I'm a very social person. I'm almost compulsively social. So I would say I like to go out with my friends, and I also, yeah, I like to travel. I think we may have a bit of a connection problem. I think JD just disappeared. Guys, we can carry. Oh, she's back. There she is.
I returned.
She,
Sorry,
ret-
but
she
yes,
just went.
you said.
She just went to do some climbing. She's back.
Whew, wow, what a workout. So you said you are compulsively social. So compulsive
Yeah,
just means with no control. No, that's not the right definition.
it means that
Um,
you can't stop.
yes, yes. So you cannot stop doing something.
Yeah, so as a compulsively social person, I kind of have to go out and meet people. It just makes me, I don't know, makes me happy being out and about. It's the quarantine's pretty rough from that perspective. But yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, like you, JD, I also like to travel as well. I think that's definitely something I enjoy. JD, do you have any? Are there any hobbies that you have started doing since you came to Italy that maybe you didn't do, or maybe did less in the United Kingdom?
Um, I started trying to learn Italian, which is not something that I did. Although at the moment I am taking a break because it's just making me angry. Um,
Okay, I
oh, but
feel you.
actually, no, but
No, I
actually,
feel you.
I would like to start. So I want to start something artistic. So maybe some
Ah.
drawing or some painting. Again, at the moment, it's difficult because none of the shops are selling paper or pencils or pens. But one day, one day, it's my dream to begin.
Oh, that's a nice one. I think that sounds lovely. Okay, so guys,
Same.
let us know what do you like doing in your free time. Please feel free to message in, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment in the comment
Yeah,
section about what you like doing.
definitely. I do have, before we move on though, I do have just one other question about this slide. So
Sure.
one of the activities is the word photography. But what does
Yes.
this mean? Does this mean in my free time I like to take pictures? Does it mean I like to be in pictures? Does it mean I like to look at pictures?
I think when we say that in our free time we like photography, it means that you like taking your camera and taking photographs of people, of cities, of buildings, etc.
Okay. Okay, cool. And also, guys, don't forget the verb we use with a picture or a photograph is always take. We do not make
Yes.
pictures, we take pictures.
Yeah, very important because we know that sometimes it's confusing because in Italian, if we translate directly in Italian, we say make a photo. But in English, it's like this, you take a photo.
Yes, probably, I think, because the camera makes the photo and we take it from the camera. That's the way I like to
Maybe.
remember.
That's a good way to remember it. That's a good way to
Yeah,
remember it. Yeah,
that's true.
I like it.
Okay, so what do you do in your free time? And we're looking at ways we can ask people what they like to do and ways we can respond to this question. So
Yes.
we can see the first line says, "Do you like?" So
So
how would I
JD, can
follow
I?
this? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was gonna. No, that was gonna be my question to you, JD. I was gonna say if I want to put a verb in this question. So let's
Mhm.
say the verb is watch.
Okay.
What form should that verb be? Am I saying, do you like watch? Do you like watching? Do you like to watch? Which one is correct?
So the most correct one would be, do you like watching something?
Okay.
So
Okay. So,
if
do you
we
like
have, and then ing, if we have a verb that comes in the position of the object, so we know in our normal sentences or our normal questions, we have subject, verb, object. If another verb is in the position of the object, we make it into the ing form. So in do you like watching, you is the subject, like is the main verb, and then in the object, the verb we have is watching television or watching movies.
really good? Okay, thank you. That is very clear. But Jadine,
Yeah.
I have heard some people, including British people, American people, South African people, etc., say, "Do you like to watch? Do you like to play? Do you like to go?" So, is this like maybe it's not the correct rule, but it's okay? We say it, we use it, we understand.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you have more to add. I don't have an explanation for why, but yes, we can also use the to infinitive of a verb.
So,
So you
okay.
can, but you need the to. So you cannot say, "Do you like watch? Do you like go?" You would have
Okay.
to have the to infinitive.
Okay, so we can say 100% sentences like this. Do you like watch? Definitely not.
No,
Just wrong. Impossible.
exactly.
Okay, great. Yeah, because guys, like Jadine said, when this subject verb object rule is really important to remember because I mean, Jadine, at its most basic foundation, that's what English is. It's an SVO
Yeah,
language. So
yeah,
if you can remember that, it really helps with your construction, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, and these words as well, like these verbs about what we like and don't like. Okay, so for example, I like, I love, I don't like, I hate. Okay, we remember that these are what we call in English stative verbs. Okay, and a stative verb, okay, stative verbs like these are ones where we use the ing form. Okay, so you have to say I like. You cannot say, for example, I'm liking, for
no, no, no.
example, or I'm loving. You've all heard the McDonald's slogan, I'm loving it. Great slogan. Everybody loves a bit of NSYNC, but it's very bad grammar.
It's true. It really is.
So we have to say I like, I love. We cannot say I'm liking, I'm loving, because those verbs are stative verbs.
Okay.
And oh,
Okay.
nice use of the punctuation to do the I like it. Oh,
Thank you. Just to
twist.
stress for everybody as well, we have like and we have dislike, but then stronger forms. A stronger form of like is to love something, and a stronger form of dislike is to hate something.
Yeah, very strong, isn't it, to say that you hate.
Yes,
So
it's true.
so JD, what's an activity in your free time that you would say you love?
I love at the moment now, I love going for a walk. So I love I love going for walks.
Okay.
Outside, the weather is nice and
Yes.
I like to be outside or I like being outside. So
Right. Yeah.
I
Very good.
love going for walks. What about you, Liam?
At the moment, even in general, I
Mm,
love cooking and baking.
okay.
So the quarantine is proving to be, an opportunity for this
Nice.
because I have more time at home. For example, either today or tomorrow, it depends on the time. I'm making some Swedish cinnamon buns because
Oh,
my girlfriend really likes them, so I said I would make some for her.
I also really like them. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna somehow appear at my house, but I'd like it if they
I'm,
did.
I'm afraid the days of potluck and sharing are suspended.
No, no. Okay. Um,
Okay, awesome.
so when you asked me a question, you
Mm,
said, "What do you love doing in your free time?" And this is
yes.
a very open question because
Yeah.
I can answer with lots and lots of different things. On the board or on the screen, there is no board. That's my hopes. The question form we have, so we have this first one, what do you do? What do you like? Very open. This form, do you
Mm,
like? We have to follow this with the suggestion that we have anyway. So I can ask Liam, do you like baking or do you like cooking? If I say, do
yes.
you like, this is not enough information for Liam to answer my question.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, in English because but JD, this is good because again, for Italians, you can just say, "Do you like?" If you translate
Really?
yeah, if you say in Italian like "ti piace," it's literally saying "Do you like?"
Oh, wow. Yes, no. So in English, this does not work.
In
We
English, you
don't
have to
have
say
enough information. We need the subject.
something. We
Yeah,
need
we need
something.
something.
Yeah, in English, because like if JD said to me, "Do you like?" then my reaction would be something like, "What?" I would be waiting for JD to say, "Do you like something?"
Exactly. So
Okay.
if I ask Liam, do you like cooking? Liam can respond in three different ways, and those are on the board. So Liam, will you read the responses to me?
Of course. So if the answer is positive, if I want to explain that I do, I would answer, yes, I like cooking. Or I can just say, in fact, alternatively, but it's very similar, yes, I do. Or if I want to be very curt, I can just say yes. I mean, so,
Okay.
but guys, what we cannot do, again, just I really want to emphasize this, and you can see on the screen, there's the little ellipsis, the dot,
Yeah.
dot, dot, to indicate that you cannot just say, yes, I like,
No.
right? No, we have to say, yes, I like cooking. Yes, I do. Yes. The same applies to the negative. No, I don't like cooking. No, I don't like it. Or no, I don't. Or no.
Okay.
But
Fantastic.
no, no, I don't like. No, we cannot say that. The last one is nice and simple because if you just say it's okay, it means that I'm in the middle, not strong or not strongly yes, not strongly no. Just it's okay. I don't mind. It's not my favorite, etc., etc.
Okay. And also, just to add to what you said about yes, I like, no, I don't like, again,
Mm,
you can remember that English is a subject, verb, object language. So we always
yes.
need, or 90% of the time, we need these three factors. And yes, I
Yeah.
like, no, I don't like. We have the subject and we have the verbs, but we are missing an object. So we really, really need one.
Yeah. Really important to remember. I would if you want to remember, guys, take a piece of paper, write SVO, put it on the refrigerator. It sounds simple, just those three, SVO. But if we can understand that, it's the real foundation. Okay, it's a really good thing to remember. So thank you to JD for really hammering that one home because it is so important, I think, to remember.
Definitely. Okay, so we also have some language at the bottom of the screen. Would you like to
Mhm.
read it, Liam?
Yes. So the first one is when you want to talk about the activity and specify that it's something that you do in your free time. So I like cooking in my free time, or I like reading in my free time. Again, SVO, I like cooking, okay, in my free time. Okay, very good. The second one is what we said similar to before about I don't like cooking, or I don't like reading, or I don't like climbing, for example. And the last one is if you want to be very positive and effusive, you can say, I love reading, or I love cooking. That's to be extremely positive.
Hmm. I think when we add in my free time to when you explain or you talk about something that you like, it shows that you really enjoy it because it's not something that you have to or are obliged to do. For
Yes.
example, um, if I said to Liam, do you like teaching? And he said, yes, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, he likes teaching. But if he said, yes, I also like teaching in my free time, it means, wow, in his extra time, not at work, he still enjoys this thing. So obviously, he really likes it. He takes his personal time or his free time to do something.
Yes, it could be that I, in addition to my paid job, in addition to my professional job, maybe I work for, it could be I volunteer for a charity. You know, in your free time, you can volunteer, for example. So that's absolutely true. Or even I do free teaching on the internet. It could be like these webinars, for example, if I did them of my own volition, for example. So yeah, it is good to specify what we mean when we're talking about our free time as opposed to things we do in our jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I think here, Liam, just to again
Yes.
emphasize and make sure everyone is comfortable with how to ask these questions and answer them, I think
Yes.
I will ask you these questions, Liam,
Okay.
and you can answer. And if you want, you can give me longer answers, you can give me more short,
Sure.
curt answers, or you can use
Sure.
some of this language. So, Liam, do you like watching movies?
Yes, I love watching movies.
Okay. Do you like playing sports in your free time?
Huh. I, okay, I'm going to use a bit of past simple here and say that I did. So that's the past. I did like playing sports when I was younger.
Okay.
Okay. For example, I played football and badminton when I was younger. Okay. Now, I go running and I do yoga. So more exercise than sports, I think I would say.
Okay. So what is the difference between sport and exercise?
A sport is an organized game with rules and participants, whereas exercise is physical activity to maintain your health.
Okay, good to know. Um, so can we also call that a workout?
We can. To work out, or as the noun, a workout, is a synonym of exercise. So if I say I exercise at the gym, it's the same as saying I work out at the gym.
Okay, cool. So, Liam, do
Yes.
you play or do you like playing computer games?
Yes, I like playing computer games in my free time.
Okay. Um, do you like playing computer games at work?
I have never tried to play computer games at work because I do not play computer games, for example, on my phone.
Okay.
I I don't play games on my phone. I have my PlayStation 4, which is in my apartment, so I play at home.
Ah, okay, cool. Um, do you like photography?
I love photography as an art form, but I personally don't take many photographs. I have an
Okay.
Instagram I have an Instagram account like most people, but I wouldn't say I am a professional or even an amateur photographer. I enjoy looking at photographs, I would say.
Okay. So you like to look at the photographs. Just a point. I I don't have to say, do you like photographing, do I? Or do you like to photography?
No, if you said, do you like photographing the gerund, the ing form, again, you would have to say what. For example, do you like photographing animals? Because
Okay.
photographing is a synonym of taking photographs. It is the act of taking the picture.
Okay. Okay. So because photography as well is already a noun, we can leave this as an object. We don't have to
Absolutely.
change the
Yes,
form. Okay.
exactly.
So
You could just say, do you like photography?
okay.
So
So
one, two, three.
do you like to go out with friends?
Yes, I like going out with friends. Okay, or even
Okay.
I look. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like going swimming?
It's okay. I do it usually when I am on holiday. I like to
Okay.
go swimming. I don't go swimming here in Milan, for example, but when I'm on holiday, yes, I like to go swimming.
Okay. So then if you like to go on holiday, do you like to travel?
I love to travel. Yes, I love traveling. Okay, it's one of my favorite activities to do when possible.
Cool. Okay, great. So, I'm not sure. Okay. So, here we have some more information on questions. So, on the last slide, as Liam put in the comments, we were asking, do you like questions? And these
Hmm.
questions are very closed because we only have a certain number of answers we can give, which was yes or no or it's okay. So if we want more information than just yes or no, we can add question words. So Liam, what are question words?
So, question words are words in English that are used to begin an open question, and they are sometimes known as the WH words. Okay, and these are known as question words. Okay, so they are words, for example, like what, when, who, why, where, which, whether, and how. We include
Okay.
how, even if how is WH, we still think of it as in the family of question words.
Okay. So if we use these question words, we can ask open questions so we can get more information than just yes or no.
Exactly. These are
Oh,
words with an infinite number of possible responses. If I ask a person, for example, where are you from? Then there are countless, endless, infinite possible answers the person can give me. Whereas if I say simply the closed question, are you from Paraguay? The person would simply answer yes or no. That is a closed question.
okay, fantastic. So I have got one more question then.
Tell me. I think we've just lost Jadine for a moment. But she will come back in a minute. So sorry about the little technical problem, but we'll carry on. So we can say that question words are very important in English because we use them to get information from people. And you can see in the example question, what is your favorite hobby? Okay, and I think Jadine is again. Hello, she's back.
Sorry. So I was just asking, what is the difference between the question words on the board? So what, when, who, and where?
So yeah, very important. So what is for things or objects? It sometimes can be in the abstract or it can be something more concrete. So what is the question word we use for, we say often just the general word things or objects. When is the question word for time and date. So when we want to know the day, the month, the year, the era, the decade, the period, the time, etc. Who refers to people, the person. So it can either be the singular or the plural form. And where is used for geography or location.
Okay, excellent. So I can see in these questions, or at least in the first question, that the question word comes first.
Yes.
Whereas in the last questions, we had the auxiliary verb do that came first.
Yes. This is a very important difference between open questions and closed questions. In a closed question, you start the question with the auxiliary, or in some cases, it could be a modal or the verb to be, but it still functions like an auxiliary. So do, can, are, for example. But we still think of those as being like auxiliary verbs, even though they are. In an open question like this, okay, would be the question word, which is the WH word. For example, what? Okay. And then after the question word what, we have in this case the verb to be. However, for the purposes of explaining, we can consider this again to be like our auxiliary. So like the word do, but in this case, we're using the verb to be.
Okay.
After that comes the subject. In this case, it's in the possessive pronoun form your. And then the object. In this case, favorite hobby. The only difference here is that we have the adjective favorite. Okay, but the basic function, which Jadine has very helpfully written up for us, so I'll just put that up on the screen. Question word, auxiliary, subject, object. Okay.
Okay.
This case. And then in the closed questions, we have a shorter form, do plus subject plus object.
Okay, so if we know this form for the open questions, we can make some other questions then. So, Liam, what is your favorite hobby?
Just very quickly as well, I was going to say on the closed questions, we have do plus subject, and then also you can have the infinitive, the verbs, like do you like, for example, because if you use the verb, if any of you guys want to practice, remember to use the verb in the infinitive form, not do you to like, do you liking. Very important to remember. It's do you like, do you love, for example. Sorry, Jadine, what was your question?
No, it's fine. I was just saying, what's your favorite hobby, Liam?
My favorite hobby is cooking.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay, so then when do you cook?
So I cook every day.
Okay.
Okay, I cook every day, even if it's just breakfast, but I will cook usually every day and usually 2, if not 3 times a day.
Okay. So who do you cook with?
I sometimes cook by myself, but I also sometimes cook with my girlfriend. Although in Britain, in Manchester, I cook with my parents.
Okay. So if we ask a who question, usually we need a preposition at the end. So who
Yes,
do you cook with means who
yes,
else cooks to, or we can say who do you cook for, which means who eats the food.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, really important, guys, because in English, in affirmative sentences, the preposition goes usually in the middle of the sentence. But in English, if you have a question, then the preposition goes at the end of the sentence. Who do you cook with? Who do you cook for? Who do you give food to? Etc.
Okay, excellent. And finally, where do you cook?
Conventional as I am, I cook in the kitchen.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Jadine, can I ask you now, what is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is probably reading.
Okay. So what do you like to read?
Um, I like to read fiction books. So books that are not real, that are not
Okay.
from true stories.
Excellent. What are you reading at the moment?
Um, Nothing because I left my books in my
Oh
old house.
no.
But
Oh no.
I was reading a book called Mythos, which is about Greek myths.
That sounds very good. I'm sorry that you left all your books. That's such a shame.
Yep.
I was about to say you can come and borrow some books from me, but of course you
Ha
cannot
ha
do that.
ha 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 ha.
No, I was being serious. I was going to say it, and then I remembered no one can
Oh,
borrow books from anyone, even the library.
this is a tough time.
Tough times. Tough time for readers.
It is. It really is. Um,
All right.
okay, so we've got 2 minutes left. And I think
Yes,
we should just kind of go over because we've covered quite a lot.
we
So we
did.
can just
Yeah.
do a quick summary of everything. So we looked at some different examples of hobbies or activities we can do in our free time. And we
Mm.
looked at the way we structure the sentences
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah.
we are saying what we like or when we are asking a closed question to somebody else about what they like.
And we remembered as well that when we answer, we have to remember the rule that Jadine explained about having an object. So,
Yeah,
yes, I like cooking. Yes, I like to cook. No, I don't like cooking. No, I don't like to cook. So, we really should not be saying, for example, yes, I like. Yes, I don't like. We have to have something at the end of that sentence. Okay?
fantastic. And then we also looked at how to form some open questions. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're forming open questions, we always need the question word. And with who questions, these always need a preposition at the end so that we understand why we're talking about another person, the reason we're talking about another person, and how they relate
Yeah.
to the subject.
And as well, we need to remember the construction also, which Jadine put up on the board, that the question, auxiliary, subject, and then either in the case of this one, like the object, like hobby, or if it's a verb, remember we need to use the infinitive form of the verb.
Exactly. And one final thing to remember is that with stative verbs, like Liam mentioned, so like, love, hate, dislike, we always use these in the infinitive form, and we are not able to use them in the ing form.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we have to say I like and I love. We can't say I'm liking, I'm loving. No, we have to say I like, I love, I hate, I dislike.
nice
Okay.
one. Okay, so that is the end of this focus activity. And for anyone who wants to continue watching at this level, I will be giving another focus activity, this time with Michelle. So you're welcome
Fan-
to stay. It will be on in 10 minutes.
Tune in,
Okay.
guys. Tune in. Not to be missed. All right, Jadine, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Liam. Yep.
Thank you, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.